Hey there, you guys. This is going to be a love reading for the new moon in Capricorn. Depending on where you are in the world, it will be Thursday, December 29th, 2016. All right, so I'm just going to tune into the energies for the collective when it comes to love and partnerships and romance. The areas of love, partnerships, and romance affect on this new moon. How is it going to affect these areas? In the areas of partnerships, love, and romance. Okay, so what needs to be released when it comes to love, romance, and partnerships during this new moon, Divine Spirit? What is needing to be released that is no longer serving us in the highest good when it comes to love and relationships? We have children. Focus. Where should our focus be when it comes to love, which is going to be of our highest good? Where should we focus? Where should our focus be? Okay, we have deception and very soon. So I'm going to shuffle one more time. Focus. Where should our focus be? Which is going to be of our highest good when it comes to love, partnerships, and romance. Okay, calling in your soulmate. Intentions set. What intention should we set as a collective with our own individual desires? What intention should we set, which is going to be of our highest good when it comes to love, relationships, and romance? Okay, we have finances and career. Okay, what should we reflect upon this new moon when it comes to love, relationships, partnerships, and romance? What should our focus be? Or what should we reflect on? What should we be reflecting upon? Sorry. Healing family issues. All right. Okay, so what is our challenge when it comes to love, relationships, partnerships, and romance during this new moon? What is our challenge or obstacle? What's going to be the challenging energy? What we struggle with? Cards on the flop everywhere. It's a lot of healing, huh? Okay, religious factors. Okay, what action needs to be taken, which will be of our highest good during this new moon? What is our suggested approach or action to take during this new moon? Okay, codependency. What is our lesson within this new moon when it comes to love and partnerships? What is our lesson? What is our lesson to learn? Okay, past life relationships. What is our fears and desires? What is our fears and desires when it comes to these love situations? What is our fears and desires? Our biggest fears and our desires when it comes to love and relationships and partnerships during this new moon. We have free yourself. Okay, what will be manifested during the new moon in relations to love and partnerships if guidance has been followed? What is the manifestation in the areas of love and partnerships during this new moon if guidance is followed? We have wedding. Okay, and lastly, what is the shadow energy? What is the energy in the shadows of this influence on love? All right. Give your relationship a chance. All right. Let's go ahead and get into it. So, what needs to be released during this new moon when it comes to love? We have children. So I'm getting that there's some inner child situations that we need to walk away from, that we need to heal from. For some of you, it is walking away from your child or children's father, or for some of you also mother. You might have to break up from that dynamic. Could be that you're married or you've had a committed relationship or you've been back and forth. But it's like some of you, even if you felt you moved on from this individual, you might still have that lingering energy. So you have to move away from that. Others of you, it will be childhood issues that you're needing to release, some trauma when it comes to love. Maybe picking up on some unhealthy family situations, your parents' dynamics, other people in your life that you've witnessed unhealthy relationships in some way. You have to release that. Could be things that you've watched on TV, couples that you've looked up to that are unhealthy in some way, that you look at things from a glamorous perspective and it might not be necessarily of your highest good to look at those things in that light, place those things on a pedestal. There might be unrealistic expectations of love due to these childhood fantasies or experiences, okay? That men have to treat women this way or they must take them out, or if a man loves you, after he cheats on you, he'll come back to you. It's like certain things that you feel are good are not healthy, if that makes sense. It's like something from childhood that you kind of have to clear that away. Focus. Your focus when it comes to love this new moon is calling in on your soulmate. So your focus needs to be calling in the partner that's truly meant for you. If you are with someone that you're committed to, it also will be calling in that soulmate element of the relationship, bringing in that soul connection to share with this person. If it's lacking that deep level of intimacy, call in that energy. Ask for some angelic assistance. Call Archangel Raphael to come in and bring that healing element into your relationship, to bring that deep soul energy in where you guys can relate on a new level, on a different, deeper level. For others of you, your focus needs to be on who's meant for you, because a lot of you are stuck in a situation that you're not meant to be in. That time has served itself. It was a lesson for you. A lot of you are sticking to this person and not willing to let them go, because there are soul connections with each and every person that we connect to. We all have a soul, so obviously we connect. But on another level, there's soul connections that are meant to serve us as lessons that help us to grow, to help us evolve. But there's a limit to them as well. How long they stay depends. Calling in on your soulmate means to call on the person that you truly are looking for and seeking. You're not looking for another karmic relationship that you might have to deal with some unhealthy things. You might have to do a lot of purging, a lot of healing. You want to bring in someone that is whole, and you also want to be in a space of wholeness to have this person come in where you have that relationship that you truly desire. Because a lot of you who are dealing with these soul connections or divine partnership energies or soulmate energies or theories believe that this person is the one for you. Spirit is saying you got to be careful with each soul connection, because there's always going to be this pull there, but you have to be very mindful of what that pull is and what it's doing to you. How is it affecting you? Are you happy or are you unhappy? Is this person equally aware or equally giving something back to you that validates that we're on the same path? We understand each other. We get it. We know where we're going. Even if we're, we might be a little bit wobbly, we're not perfect, we have our problems, but we see eye to eye, we're devoted to each other. That's the difference. If there's this continuing chasing, that's an alarm from your higher self. It's telling you something is off. So a lot of you have to be careful, because again, it comes from these childhood issues. That little saying, if a boy likes you, he'll tease you or he'll be mean to you. That's twisted. I don't care what anybody says. That's like off. If a man is into you, or if a boy was into you, he would say, hey, I like you. Not, you're ugly, or throw sand at you. Sometimes men don't know how to reciprocate or understand their feelings. But a lot of times, these things that we are triggered or that have been integrated into us from little sayings or nursery rhymes or movies or our parents, they're not necessarily healthy for us. So we got to be careful of that, I'm just chasing this man and he's playing hard to get. like, no, or she's playing hard to get. This person, you know, got to kind of look at it. This person is not interested. So take that for what it is, okay? I don't want to offend anybody, but just take it for what it is, or take it for what it feels like to you, okay? Intentions for you to set. You have finances and career when it comes to love. So set the intention of longevity, that a relationship that's going to be beneficial for you, that's going to help you grow, that has some sort of stability and foundations in it. That there's value in there. Doesn't necessarily have to be finances and career. A lot of you may want to manifest a business partnership or some type of inheritance for your children in the future, or for the community, which is a beautiful thing. But also I'm getting that this could be valuable, that your intentions are to set a relationship that is equally valued, but there's sharing, that there's giving, that there's a balance, okay, within the relationship. One that's inspiring as well, that inspires you to grow, to elevate, and you as well inspiring that other person. The reflecting is healing family issues. So you have to reflect back at your childhood. It goes back to the children card again. You have to reflect back on some type of trauma that you've had. And it could be, for some of you, whether you're male or female, could go back to a father dynamic that you have. Whether you've experienced your father as someone who may have cheated on your mother, have cheated with multiple women, whether they were abusive to you, whether they didn't give you that tender loving caring that you wish to have, because you could have turned into that very same man, or you could be that woman that attracts that man that you seek validation from, who cheats on women, who's abusive to women, who is not actively in the home, who may have other children, who don't take care of those children, who may be an absent father. You may be attracting these dynamics due to your family situation, men in your family, things that you saw as a child, that you've experienced as a child. You may be attracting these things back in. You may be that man that cheats on women because you saw your father do it, or you saw someone else do it that you looked up to. So it's like you got to reflect on where these imbalances are coming from that I'm dealing with when it comes to love. Okay. How is it affecting me? So if you're challenged, you have religious factors. So you're challenged by some beliefs that you have surrounding love. These are things that God says that it has to be this way, that this person has to come to my life like this, or the movies I see shows me this is what true love is, and that this partnership should be this, and this spiritual advisor said this, or I've been taught this. It's like your beliefs are challenging to you because you might have integrated all of these different beliefs into you, from this person, that person, from a belief that you had years ago to what you believe now, and so forth. So it's like it's confusing. It's a lot of misconception that you're just getting lost in it. So it's like you're trying to figure out what is truth. What is true love? What is a true partnership? Is this person even the person I'm meant to be with? Do I really want this person? Do I really want to experience this? Do I want a new partner? Do I want this? Maybe it's this person. Maybe it's like a lot of confusion because of there's different beliefs that don't exactly coexist together. They have an element of the same energy to where it's confusing. So you might read this one person's interpretation of what a soulmate or twin flame or karmic partner is, what the Bible says, what is equally yoked, Adam and Eve's story, this person's story, and it all kind of relates in some way, but it somehow does not make sense to you. A part of that is because your soul's truth does not truly resonate with these things, although they might make sense. It's like your higher self is trying to filter through this and find the truth, or you're trying to filter through that with your soul's truth, and it doesn't make sense. So you're challenged by this. Okay. It's like you're not listening to the truth of yourself. You're trying to figure everyone else's truth out and trying to make it your own, trying to put your truth into it as well. And it's like off-putting. Doesn't make sense. Okay. You have to listen to your inner guidance. take what resonates with you. Listen to people's advice. They give you what they're being guided to give you. We're all here to support each other, but at the end of the day, you have to use your own discernment and your own truth. Okay? All right, so what action needs to be taken? We have codependency. So actions that need to be taken when it comes to love, I'm getting is to be dependent on self moving forward. That I'm dependent on my own happiness. That I can't put responsibility on anyone else to love me. I can't put responsibility on anyone else to value me, for anyone else to make me happy. I can't even be dependent. I can't allow anyone to make me feel sad. I have to be dependent on myself. I have to, at the end of the day, I have to make myself happy. So take, for instance, how many times have you had a friend or someone around you who was sad and you tried to cheer them up as much as possible and it just wasn't worth it? Because it's like, at the end of the day, they're still going to have their own perception, and they're still going to handle their hurt, see it how they see it. No matter how much you try to make them laugh or cheer them up, give them words of encouragement, it just doesn't work. Well, that's because that person, they're responsible for their own happiness. At the end of the day, they have to convince themselves that they are worthy, that they're happy, that they're beautiful, that they're intelligent, that they are valuable. No one else can truly do that. Someone can tell you you have the most beautiful smile in the world, but you'll look in the mirror and say, I have crooked teeth or I have yellow teeth. So it's all about how you perceive yourself. You have to be dependent on self moving forward when it comes to love. No one else can fill the void for you. You have to be that space that fills it up. And the other person is just the icing on the cake or the cherry on top of what's already there. All right, so your lesson to learn. You have past life relationships. So your lesson in this new moon is to really look at your relationships from the past up until now. Like, what did I learn from that person? What did I learn from this person? How much have I grown? Also, it could be that you're comparing how much have they grown since then. Have they evolved? Have they put any effort in? Are they trying to grow? Are they focused on themselves in their what's in their highest good? Or they focus on the same mundane things? Are they adding to your life? Or are they taking away? Are they adding to other people's lives? Or are they taking away? These are things that you have to look at. And the lesson within that is Spirit is wanting you to look at your past relationships. Look at them, really reflect them. Yes, there's going to be a lot of passion within some of these past lives because literally you might have known this person from another life. There's lessons that you've had to learn with this person. So really, within that partnership, what did I learn? What was my lesson? Have I learned the lesson? Have I truly moved forward? Okay, your fear and your desire within the new moon when it comes to love, you have free yourself. So you desire to actually step out of this cage, this limitation that you've put yourself in when it comes to love, whether you told yourself, I can't marry this person, or I'll never be able to, have this type of relationship. We'll never have this type of family. And, just telling yourself this limitation. It's like you desire to free yourself out of limitations when it comes to love. It's like you want to jump out. You want to be amongst the world. It kind of looks like a Capricorn. Looks like a unicorn too. And unicorns for me are manifestation, just wishes, granting of wishes. So what I get from this is you really desire to be limitless when it comes to what you can have in love and relationships, what you can experience, who you can be with, what you can have. The type of love that you'll experience is like really big for you, and you want to be able to jump out of those old limitations that you've set on yourself or that others may have set on you. Okay. What will be manifested out of this new moon if guidance is followed? We have wedding. So for some of you, it may be literally that you will get married, or there will be some type of engagement. But I'm getting ultimately that you're going to manifest bringing in someone that is here for the long haul, that is meant for you, that is of your highest good. If you're already in a relationship, this is building a stronger foundation, even adding more, solidifying it even more from where it's at and making it something deeper. Okay. All right. The energy underneath the surface is give your relationship a chance. So the energy underneath the surface here is that for some of you, you might have to look back at a past relationship, and you might even find that there's someone that really was meant for you that you might have overlooked, or it might have not been the right time for you guys to come together. For some of you, it will be that you, if you're married or you're in a serious relationship, some of you have been, thinking about moving on because you feel like it's lacking this depth. But Spirit is saying that they're working on that. The energy is almost the same, the angel wings behind them. So it's like call on Archangel Raphael or your own spiritual guides to come in and help bring in that healing, and also that deep love that you're seeking, that passion that you feel is missing. Because I'm getting that relationships that already stand are going to solidify. They're going to deepen in some way. A new element's going to be added into it. But for those of you who are single, there may have been someone that you've overlooked, or someone that you put in the past that you might have really loved and you just felt like it wasn't meant to be or wasn't the right time. That may be something that you're having to deal with. Also, there's this healing of family. I'm getting that you might have to forgive your fathers, forgive your mothers, forgive someone in your family that has added to these childhood traumas, these healing of family issues. So it might be that you have to give this person a chance and forgive them, open your heart to them. So there's a lot of healing as well within this energy. All right, so I'm going to pull from the Karma card deck as additional guidance from Spirit. So I'll be back once I clear up these cards. All right, so I'm going to shuffle the planets first. That's how it works. So what is the guidance that Spirit has for us during the new moon when it comes to love and relationships? What is the guidance or the message that you would like to leave us with when it comes to love and partnerships? Okay, we have Jupiter. I think we had that in the other new moon reading. Okay. And signs. What sign here? What is the guidance you have for us? Scorpio. Oops. Houses. All right, houses, we have the 8th house. All right, so spiritually, the Spirit's advice or action for you is learn or teach the extraordinary